Hari Om students, welcome back to today's online session. Topic Heat Part 4. Topics to be covered in this lesson: good and bad conductors of heat, land bridge and sea bridge, and clothes we wear. Learning objectives. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain good conductors and poor conductors of heat, and you will be able to differentiate land bridge and sea bridge, and how do woolen cloths keep us warm. Now you discuss about good conductors and poor conductors, or conductors and insulators of heat. So what are the conductors of heat and what are the insulators of heat? So first one is the conductors. So what is the conductors? So the materials which allow heat to pass through them easily are conductors of heat, or the objects that can allow the heat to flow through them are called conductors. For examples, aluminium, iron and copper. So these are all metals. So metals means aluminium, iron and copper. The materials, so these all known as the conductors, and such as copper and aluminium is the metals. And insulators, so the insulators is nothing but a poor conductors of electricity, not electricity, poor conductors of heat. Here the objects that do not allow the flow of heat from them are called insulators, or materials which do not allow heat to pass through them easily are poor conductors of heat. So the poor conductors of heat such as plastic and wood, so these are the poor conductors are known as the insulators. So these are the difference between good conductors and poor conductors of heat. And examples of good and poor conductors of heat. So what are the examples of good and poor conductors of heat? So poor conductors of heat. So the examples of poor conductors of heat: wood, plastic, glass and gases. So this is the wood, see this image, and this is the plastic, gases, glass. And good heat conductors. So what are the good heat conductors? So most of the metals is always good conductors of heat. And what is the next topic? Sea bridge. What is the next one? Sea bridge. So the people living in the coastal areas experience an interesting phenomena during the daytime. So during the daytime the land gets heated. So this is the, see this image, this is the land, this is the water, sea water. So the land gets heated. The land gets heated faster than water, and the air over the land becomes hotter and rises up. The air over the becomes hotter and rises up. The cool air from the sea rushes in towards the land. It takes place. So this is the cool air. The cool air from the sea rushes in towards the land takes place. The warm air from the land moves towards the sea to complete cycle. So this is the complete cycle. The air from the sea is called sea bridge. The air from the sea is called sea bridge, is known as the sea bridge. And so to receive the cooler sea bridge, I mean the windows of the houses in coastal areas are made to face the sea. So this is known about the sea bridge. So sea bridge means the land gets heated more quickly than the sea water. This is because the water has high specific heat capacity, whereas the sand and earth, so now have low specific heat capacity. The hot air above the land rises up and cold air from the sea moves towards the land. This is called sea bridge. So nothing but the air from the sea is called sea bridge. The air from the sea is called sea bridge. I hope you all have understood about the sea bridge. And next we have to discuss about land bridge. And next one is the land bridge. So during the night, Land cools more quickly than the sea water. This is the sea, this image, this is the land and this is the sea water. In night time the land cools more quickly than the sea water. So the hot air above the sea rises up and cool air moves from the land towards the sea is called land bridge. So the cool air from the land moves towards the sea. This is called the land bridge. So that is the difference in sea bridge and land bridge. So in what is the sea bridge? In sea bridge, the air from the sea is called sea bridge, and the land bridge means the land moves towards the sea. This is called land bridge. I hope you all have understood about the sea bridge and land bridge. And next we are going to discuss about land bridge and sea bridge. In before we have to discuss what is the land bridge and what is the sea bridge. In this we have discussed what is the difference between land bridge and sea bridge. So the land bridge. What is the land bridge and sea bridge? So first one is the sea bridge. The wind blowing from the sea towards the land is called sea bridge. The wind blowing from the land towards the sea is called land bridge. So this is the difference in land bridge and sea bridge. And here during the daytime the land in the coastal area gets heated due to the sun is called radiation. The sea however takes more time to get heated of the land, and during the night time the land in the coastal areas gets cooled down faster than the sea, and the air above the sea is hotter than the air above the land. So that is the during the daytime, that's we have to call that sea bridge, and during the night time we have to call that land bridge. And hence the air above the land gets heated faster than the air above the sea, and here therefore the air above the sea rises and the air from the land being cooled flows towards the sea. This results in the land bridge. Here the hotter air from the land rises above as its lighter, and cool air from the sea being heavier takes its place. This is results in the sea bridge. So it is nothing but a difference in sea bridge and land bridge. Sea bridge is the air from the sea is called sea bridge, and land bridge is the land. So the cool air from the land moves towards the sea. This is called the land bridge. So that is the difference between land bridge and sea bridge. And next one, clothes we wear. And so that means kinds of clothes we wear in summer and winter. You know that in summer we prefer light colored clothes, and in winter we usually wear dark colored clothes. So why is it so? So let us find why do we wear light colored clothes in summer. So why? The light colored clothes reflect the heat back into the environment and keep us cool during the summer time. And why do we wear dark colored clothes in winter? Because the dark colored clothes absorb the heat from the environment and keep us warm. So that is the why do we light colored clothes in summer, and why we prefer light colored clothes, dark colored clothes in winter. And last topic, how do woolen cloths keep us warm? So why the woolen cloths keep us warm? Because the woolen cloths are bad conductors of heat. So why? Bad conductors of heat, and therefore they do not allow the heat from the body to move out in the environment. So as a result, the air present between the woolen cloths and our body becomes hot, and this makes us feel warm. And similarly, two thin blankets provide more heat than one thick blanket, because the air can be trapped between the two thin blankets. So why? Two thin blankets provide more heat. Why? Because then when compared to one thick blanket, because the air can be trapped between the two thin blankets. So that's why the woolen cloths keep us warm. So the woolen cloths are bad conductors of heat. Summary. Let us summarize what we have learned. The objects that can allow the heat to flow through them are called conductors. The objects that do not allow the flow of heat from them are called insulators. The wind blowing from the sea towards the land is called sea bridge. The wind blowing from the land towards the sea is called land bridge. And so first, the materials which allow heat to pass through them easily are conductors of heat. And second one, the materials which do not allow heat to pass through them easily are called insulators. And dark colored objects absorb radiation better than the light colored objects, and that is the reason we feel more comfortable in light colored clothes in summer. And woolen cloths keep us warm during winter. So why? What is the reason? It is so because wool is a poor conductor of heat, and it has air trapped in between the fibers. So this I hope you all have understood about these conductors and insulators of heat. And so why do we prefer light colored in summer and dark colored in winter, and how the woolen why? Because the wool is a poor conductors of heat. So in part 1 and part 2 and part 3, so what is the heat, how the heat transferred by the conduction, convection and radiation, and what is the temperature and difference between heat and temperature, and solids, conduction by solids, liquids and gases. And in this top part we have discussed conductors of heat and insulators of heat, and difference between land bridge and sea bridge, and cloths. So woolen cloths keep us warm during winter, and wool is a poor conductor of heat. So this only we have to discuss, and I hope you all have understood about this heat lesson. Hari Om students, thank you.